New at 10, it's a move by Greenville County to make sure an ambulance is there when we need it. New EMS operations being established in places where the county says they are trying to cut down on how long it takes a crew to get to an emergency. Now, officials say this change in operations is still in the early stages, but it involves placing new ambulances and crews at community fire departments in the more rural areas.
And Fox Carolina's Matt Koufax met with officials in Gownsville today to see that new equipment up close and personal. He's live at Greenville's EMS office with more.
Tori, Cody, in a series of public meetings over the past 2 years, officials in Greenville County tell me that community members in areas that are further out were adamant about the need for quicker response times in their areas. They say this is a new fix, hopefully, and that their goal is to eventually get vehicles like these in pockets all throughout the community, no matter how far outside the immediate city limits they are.
January of 21, I had COVID and pneumonia, and I needed them.
Leon Campbell says he's lived in Gownsville all his life, but never needed an ambulance until it was nearly too late.
I fell in my driveway, and I don't remember, after I hit the ground, don't even remember the ride to the hospital.
Due to complications from COVID-19, he says he almost didn't make it. Thankfully, though, he got lucky, and there was an EMS crew near him when he passed out.
It was very important to have one close.
We're looking at the opportunities to reach further into the rural areas.
Assistant County Administrator Shannon Herman says officials have heard complaints from those who say it sometimes can take crews a long time to respond in areas on the outskirts of the county. When looking at how to cut down on response times, she says they realized they had an opportunity with local fire districts. That's why she says a new county plan to make them what they call, quote, static locations for EMS crews will save more lives like Leon's.
Our guys have a safe place to park, come in, use facilities, be near the truck, and they begin to develop relationships with the fire responders as well.
Under the new plan, the county is hiring and training more EMS employees and getting new trucks to put into areas like Gownsville, Tigerville, and Lake Cunningham, to name a few. They say having these static offices will also help them recycle manpower and keep a presence in rural areas even after crews respond.
As trucks come in and respond to the, to the hospitals, they get pulled back in. It's easy not to get them back out, and they can stay in what we call the vortex.
Herman says just days after posting this truck in Gownsville, they were able to respond to a heart attack. Residents like Leon say it's a reassuring step for the future.
It sure is nice to have them in the community.
Now, not all rural areas or smaller communities like Gownsville, those fire departments out there, they're not all a part of this yet, but the county says that their goal is to eventually get most, if not all of them, on board. They say it's an ongoing process, so there's really no timeline, only when they feel a need arises in a certain area. Here in Greenville tonight, Matt Koufax, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.